Hello, this is the next demo about LVM2 RAID support in Cockpit. Yeah, let's see what we can do. We start with a new volume group. I have a ton of iSCSI loopback kind of things here that we use as the physical volumes. And I'm using those because they can be easily deleted, and then we can play with disappearing physical volumes. But that comes later. Let's first see what is new. It starts here in the create logical volume dialog. Now you can select a layout for your new logical volume, and those different layouts will be a bit explained here in the text. And you can also select the physical volumes that you want your logical volume to be on. And the size slider here reacts to your choice and the selection here. So for example, now we have 4 times 520 megabytes. That gives us a little bit more than 2 gigabytes. But if we only select 2 here, then this goes down to about 1 gigabyte, because this is all that you can create on these two physical volumes. Let's do that. Here it is. And this information is now repeated. You can see that we have 520 megabytes on each of the two physical volumes that we have selected. Together it's about 1 gigabyte. And maybe we can find a way to make a stronger connection between this and this entry here. But yeah. So if we grow this now just for fun, then you can see how it takes a little bit more space from the third logical volume, physical volume here. And yeah, let's create another one. This is what's left now that we can choose from in the volume group. Let's try to make a mirror out of that, and then you can see it can only be as big as the smallest of these two here, because the two halves of the mirror need to be exactly the same size. Yeah, we could create this now in addition to what we have before. This is the next volume. And now, because it's not linear, because it's a bit more complicated, it gets explained here what it is. And you can see the two stripes here. They're both the same size, as they have to be for a mirrored logical volume, but the whole size, the usable size, is a little bit less than one of these stripes here. Yeah, I think that's already useful when planning how to use your volume group and to inspect what's actually going on. And yeah, maybe we can create some destruction already. Let's go to the terminal, and let's say SDF. We make SDF fail now. That means the linear volume will be destroyed and the mirror will lose one of its halves. And let's see what how we can get out of there. Okay, I think it goes like this. System first block SDF. Device delete. So should be gone now. And as you can see, all kinds of warning triangles have popped up, millions of those. If you look in the overview, there's also the volume group is flagged as having a problem. And if you go here, you get this big warning at the top that tells you, hey, one of the physical volumes has disappeared. We get to that later. This button here, of course, is not serious, but we have to do something like this. And both logical volumes have suffered now. If we look at this, it tells us where SDF was before. There's now a chunk missing, and explanation is that this thing is now toast. You can't use it anymore. If it would have had a file system on it, it would produce read errors, and on the next boot it would not come back, for example, and all of these things. So the only option that LVM gives us is to delete this and create a new one and restore from backup. The mirror, on the other hand, has lost one of its halves, of the mirror halves, but the other one is still there. So this logical volume still works, and this is reflected here in the text, but maybe we should use different kinds of warning triangles here to say that. And there's a badly placed repair button here, and we can now try to get this mirror thing back into good shape. And yeah, now we should be able to select one of these that has enough space, but hey, let's just let LVM2 pick one. What is that? Oh, there's not enough space left. Okay. Yeah, Cockpit could get more clever about this and tell us how much space is actually needed. But let's just add one more physical volume here. So this one has now enough space. Yeah, as you can see, we only had 189 free, and we need 300 here. So let's do the repair this way. And it happened. Took a while, now it's synchronizing again. And this thing now is back in shape. Now you can see where the data was, or it was repaired using SDB. But of course you can control that also if you care about how it is repaired. So, and now here's some quirk maybe in the behavior of LVM2. Because there are some physical volumes missing here, the whole volume group is in a is not happy. I think that's a technical term. It's a non-happy volume group, and you can't do the normal operations with it. You cannot create a new logical volume, for example. If we say we want to have use the rest of this disk now, it will not let you. And the reason is that physical volumes are missing. So we have to clear this condition. And when we do this, we will lose the linear volume. This is just how LVM2 works. If it would be a RAID volume or anything, it would remain in the volume group even if it's not in a functional state. But linear volumes, they will just be removed. So this dialog tells you about this, and it's gone. So now we are clean again and can continue to play. Let's make maybe a typical thing. Let's try to make RAID 5 and repair it. And it's very much like the mirror thing, but let's see what we can do here. So now we have all kinds of free space here. And Cockpit is smart enough to figure out that you can make a little bit more than 1 gigabyte of RAID 5 out of this. I think it will not use this one here. So whether or not this is part of it doesn't make any difference. You will get 3 stripes of 520 megabytes. One of them will be taken out of this, and then the other 2 will be on these physical volumes. So if you now remove one of these stripes, it should go down. Now you get 3 stripes of about 190 megabytes. And Cockpit can figure this all out and give you the maximum size of what you can make here. Let's make the big one. And let's see if we were right, if we have predicted correctly what LVM2 is doing. Yeah, you got 3 stripes of 520 megabytes. One is on the big SDB here, and the other 2 are filling the physical volumes completely. Yeah, of course you can format it now. That would make it more interesting to see if the file system remains operational. But let's just kill the STD here. The triangles are back. And now to show you, if we now clear this state of missing volumes, this volume group stays exactly as it was. It's still missing data, of course, but at least it's still there. It's degraded, it's working, and the text tells you this. We could make that more prominent maybe so that people calm down and don't panic and know what to do next, which is to repair it. Let's see if we have enough space here. SDE, no, probably not. Let's see. No, we don't have enough. Let's find one more. Physical volume. There's enough space on SDB, but SDB is already 1 stripe, and you cannot, it doesn't make sense to have 2 stripes on the same hard drive. So now we can repair this. And let's put it here. Now it's on STC. It's synchronizing. And all is well again. Yo. What was this thing here? Oh, that's still the mirror, it's still here. Yeah, I think that's it. Of course, we can delete the whole thing, like always. And I think that's it. Thanks a lot.